Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, January 13th. If it was Friday, January 13th, it would be a holiday, and we'd be leaving milk and cookies out for Jason Voorhees. But that is not the case. It is Tuesday, January 13th, and it is time for another What's in the Box. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. It never ends here, that's for sure. I was feeling very motivated this weekend and feeling very motivated today, as a matter of fact. We got some cool stuff. We got a collection in over the weekend. I will show a couple tidbits of it here at the end of the video, just to kind of give you a sneak peek. But it's got some cool pieces. There's a lot of and let me backtrack. It is a toy collection, okay? There's a lot of 90s stuff in here, but there are some gems that a lot of people are going to be fighting over, I'm sure, including myself. There's a couple items in here that they are not mint on card, but they might as well be, as they're as close as they can be being mint on card in the condition that they're in. And there are a couple pieces that are near and dear to my heart, but the capitalist in me is it's like a 60-40 split right now. One part of me is saying you have to sell it. It's a great piece. It's going to drive people into the store. It's amazing. It's awesome. You have to sell it. And the other part of me is like, you'll never own one of these again. I was actually just talking about these with somebody before about seeing these at the Kokomo toy store that's up there. And if you've never been to the Kokomo toy store, fully endorse it. It's got the beard of approval. There's a lot of crazy things in there, things that I've never seen in person, let alone think that I would ever see, period. So if you're a toy guy, Kokomo Toy Store, make it happen. Do it. But anyway, I digress. So like I said, I'll show off a couple pieces that are here at the end of the video to kind of wet your whistle, titillate your fill in the blank, and then just get you plain all excited. Otherwise, there is a short box of goodies here. I've got a few key issues here as well, so these will be fun and immediately available. But I'm going to be focusing on these toys and things probably for the next couple of days. And yeah, it's a thing. Other than that, I may be showing up to a card show over this next weekend. There's a card show. Oh man, I just forgot the venue name. I'll post it. I'll absolutely post it. But they had a few vendor spots, and I've been getting a ton of cards lately. Magic, Pokemon, sports cards, non-sport cards. I've got a ton. And obviously, I need to go to one of these shows to get that stuff in front of that demographic because it's quite juicy. It is very, very much quite juicy. So I need to do that. So if I happen to go, I will post the details and let you guys know that I'm going. If I don't go, I will still post the details and let you know that I will not be there, but that you should be there, especially if you're a card guy. I did the show last year, and it was... Sorry, I thought somebody was coming in my front door. In fact, I think it's the mailman slamming the mailboxes shut on the outside of the building. That's how it was. It was quite noisy. Anyway, a lot of energy today. I apologize for the discombobulation of my thought processes and what seems to be going on in my world. Just know it's another day in bearded paradise, right? So anyway, shall we get started? So the short box that I worked on is all Batman. It's a full box of Batman. So it's Batman, Detective Comics, Batman adjacent stuff, and then there's a couple other random things. This one was cool. I've never actually seen one of these before. Batman Lobo trade paperback. It's a little single story. It's pretty cool. Pretty gnarly art on the cover. And then, let's see, as far as Detective Comics, this collection that I had a near full run of the Nightfall series. So if you are a Batman fan and want to read Nightfall, which is one of the cruxes of Batman, I fully endorse you reading it, especially since it's early Bane stuff. And if you are reading Absolute Batman, Bane is a thing for sure. But again, I encourage you to read it. I have most of the issues now. I did actually have somebody that was hitting me up looking for the Nightfall series. They wanted to collect the full series, including Crusade and Night Quest, which is the Azrael story arc afterwards. So it's, it's a thing, man. It's totally a thing. So that was the Detective Comics. As far as Batman, you can see some early numbers. Here's like 349. Was that 420, 401? What's that? 402. So we've got some sequential numbers. This is Batman Year 1. This is Frank Miller stuff. So that's highly sought after. This is the retelling of the origin of Jason Todd. I showed you in the video last week that I have Jason Todd's first appearance. It's right there in the case. So if you are a Robin fan, a Jason Todd fan, or just a Batman fan, that is something that you definitely need to add to your collection. That's the first appearance of Mime. I always like this cover. It's always very striking to me, the bright pink swirly cover and whatnot. This one's a cool cover. I dig that one. But yes, Batman. So, just continuing with the Batman. I'm not really reading off numbers here. Just know that it is a lot in late 300s, all through the 400s. And then once we get to Nightfall, this is actually the first Tim Drake, first appearance of Tim Drake in that one. And then that's Tim Drake and his origin story, Batman Year 3, the onboarding of Tim Drake. This is the first Tim Drake in Robin outfit, right? So again, these are all through the 400s. So if you're a Batman fan, I always love this cover. I mean, I'm biased to Joker, clearly. But that cover is very striking. Him just going crazy, right? This is Tim Drake in the new Robin outfit. That was pretty much the go-to all through the 90s. And then, so here's 463. So again, going through the 400s. It's all, again, 80s and 90s stuff, primarily. So getting into, Batman. I love these. These are connecting covers, right? Woo! Somebody had fun with their claymation models. Ugh. And it just keeps going. The stack is getting taller and taller. You can kind of see it right here, right? It's a short box of goodness. Like I said, all Batman. With Batman, Absolute Batman, just out of control. This, I believe, is the second appearance of Bane. So, again, some of these are rare second prints. So notice this one right here, the pink logo. That's the second print of that Riddler issue 490. So, second print stuff's kind of hard to find, especially third print, in this era. So then you got continuation of the Nightfall. We're almost there. We're getting there. Right. Da-da-da-da. Poison Ivy cover. Crazy Batman. And then this, for those of you that don't know, one of the penultimate issues of Batman. It's kind of unfortunate that it falls in the 90s era where everything was mass produced and just kind of gobbled up. But this is the famous issue where Batman, but Batman and Bane are fighting, and Bane actually bests Batman and lifts him up, and there's that big splash page where he's like, "I will break you," and then he just snaps Batman's back. It's one of those things, again, when you read it for the first time, it was just like, holy shnikes. Like, did that really just happen? And it was, oh my God. Like, Bane almost killed Batman. And then, so imagine an era where, they kill Superman and then they almost kill Batman. And it's like, oh my God, what are they doing at DC? Obviously, hindsight being 2020, we know, it's just a ploy. It's just a stunt to sell books, which it very much did. I think that issue went to fourth print. What was that, 490, 491, 497? 497, I think, went to fourth print. Several variations. There's homages out the wazoo for that issue even today. But it's very much a thing. These I paused on because I wanted to kind of point this out. So in the 90s, they did collector packs, right? So you can go to Toys R Us, you can go to KB stores or wherever, and you could get 3, 4, or 5 issues. I think it was 4 issues inside of like a plastic clamshell of whatever hot book was there at the time, right? However, DC actually did a separate print run for some of these books, and when they did, they put this logo on it, this DC Universe logo, and essentially created a short print comic that was specifically for those repacks, right? Well, your hard-nosed collectors will seek these out specifically for this logo, again, for the small print runs. So there was a video or two ago where I was talking about actually the death of Superman, so Superman 75, where there was the retail or the barcode on the front of it, and it was a fourth print issue of the death of Superman. A high-grade copy of that was selling for like $300 or $400, slabbed, of course. These kind of fall in that same category, right? Where, this book has been printed. It's a $3, $4 book, commonly. Sometimes we'll even find it in the dollar bins. But this book specifically with the DC Universe, people will go out of their way to seek these out and pay collector prices for them, right? So, for example, I have these as 9.4 copies, so high grade copies, and I put $15 on them. Okay, so that's 5 times the price of what, you could probably normally find these in store for. But again, people seek these out. It's all about the print run, the scarcity, and your hard collectors will know and understand that. So continuing on that whim, right here, these are actually more scarce even than those. Again, with the the reprints of them being put in those collector packs and so forth. So those are quite rare, as a matter of fact. Okay, so I think there was just the 2. Yeah. So anyway, these issues fall in the 600s. Right, so Batman 606 and 607. And then we're getting to later issues. You got your Jim Lee, Scott William covers. This is encroaching on the Hush storyline, right? So there you go. You got Jason Todd making an appearance. This is a trade paperback called Switch. Essentially, Batman and Joker switch. So they named it Switch. Big. I wonder how many hours it took them to figure that part out. These books are cool. Found these in the collection as well. Not super pricey, but these are autographed books by Norm Brayfogle. So you may not know who he is necessarily, but he was a big Batman influencer in the 90s. I don't know if he's doing anything anymore. I mean, I've never really seen the guy at any cons or made any lists, but there again, I don't necessarily seek him out either. So if you're a Batman fan, Batman purist, Norm Brayfogle signed books. There's 3 of them. And then Batman Rebirth. A lot of people were not fans of the story arc. Not until you started to get to like Joker War, the marriage of Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle. Spoiler warning, Bane kills Alfred in that series. I think that's issue like, was that 91 or 92, somewhere in that range. So that was quite a thing. Again, Bane just wreaking havoc on it. And then you saw the little flirt of the next chunk, Strange Adventures. If you're a Strange Adventures fan, this was the 2000s story. You can see Mr. Terrific making an appearance in there. So if you're a Mr. Terrific fan, you've got him to deal with as well as Adam Strange in there, right? So, and then the last part of the short box here is a small chunk of the Ultimate Spider-Man. If you don't know already, Ultimate Universe of Marvel is going to be shutting down on issues 24 on the majority of them, and some of them are actually starting to end late January and into February. So Spider-Man, I believe, is on issue 22 or 23 right now. So we've only got 1 or 2 issues left of that, and then that's it. That's it for the Ultimate Universe. Maybe Marvel is bowing down to DC and their absolute universe, or maybe it was intended the whole time. I don't know. But regardless, we have the end of the Ultimate Universe, and if you didn't pick up Spider-Man from the get-go, it's near impossible to find early issues of that series, unless you're going to go on eBay and pay through the nose on some of those issues and collections and so forth. But I've got them, at least some of them. In case you didn't see, I had one second print, number 1, 7, 8, and 9. I actually had a customer already saw that I was working on them and was like, "Oh, I want those. I need those. I want to read all the Ultimates." Sure, absolutely. I don't care. My job is to sell books. So if that's what you want, then that's what you get. If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Anyway, so that was the short box. That'll all be on the shelf later today. And then as far as some goodie stuff, this walked in over the weekend. I thought this was super cool. It's kind of a bit of a piece of history, in my opinion. But this is the world's first, it even says, 3-dimensional comics. So this was the first published 3D comic book. This is circa 1953, if I remember correctly, and features Mighty Mouse. So here he comes to save the day, right then and there, right? The drawback on this, the center page is detached, but the book is complete, and it even comes with the original 3D glasses, which actually adds quite a bit of value to the book. So if you're into retro comics, This is a Golden Age comic. And then if you like Mighty Mouse or just the novelty of it, here you go. Super cool. Super rad. As far as some other cool things, I'll stick with the Batman stuff kind of here first. This is a high-grade copy of Suicide Squad number 48. This is actually the follow-up to the Killing Joke story arc. This is the first appearance of Oracle, if you will. So you have Barbara Gordon, who was, quote-unquote paralyzed by the Joker, and then later essentially became the hive mind / technician for the Bat family, and then became Oracle, right? So this is Oracle's first appearance after the Killing Joke. Super cool book. Great addition for the Batman lore, Batman collection, and so forth. Absolute Batman fans, this is a book that is a little bit of a sleeper hit in my opinion. With Absolute Batman number 1, the A cover specifically reaching almost $200 for a high-grade copy. It's mind-blowing. Even Absolute Wonder Woman is up there with a $60 first print A cover. Superman, Absolute Superman A cover going for about $20-25. This is the first appearance of all those characters. So how this book is not skyrocketing and kind of following suit with Absolute Batman is a little bit of a conundrum, if you ask me, because usually the first appearances, especially with hot characters, first appearances are going to follow suit, right? So it's like, Iron Man number 1 being more expensive than Astonishing Tales number 39. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And nor does it, because that's not even true. But right now, so you can get this copy. So this is all in special number 1. It's a 9.4 copy. First appearance of Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Superman. So get it before it goes bonkers. Let's see. Also with Batman, I'm working on another box that's full of like Batman Adventures and Nightwing and Batgirl and things like that. This was inside of it. This is Nightwing number 93. This was a bit of a surprise for me. This one has collector value tied to it because Nightwing gets sexually assaulted. He essentially gets raped in the last couple pages of this book. Crazy, right? You can research it yourself, but I will tell you essentially what it is. There's a character that's named Tarantula, very kind of echoes Spider-Woman to some degree, is able to poison characters and so forth, but uses that power to essentially subdue Mr. Grayson on the rooftop after completing their mission, and she takes advantage of him. So, weird, right? How they allowed that. I mean, it doesn't show anything. It's very suggestive, let's just say that, but it's very obvious on what happens. But that's a big book because of that. Just, it's weird. It's totally weird. And then this is Daredevil number 111. This is the variant. This was the B cover. This is the first appearance of Lady Bullseye. So if you're a Daredevil fan or a Bullseye fan, this is the first appearance of Lady Bullseye in Daredevil. Very striking, very beautiful cover. You can just kind of take that in for a second. Yeah, it's kind of a thing. First appearances. And then I will end the comic book portion of this with BRPD. This is, I think, a retailer exclusive, if I remember seeing that correctly. Very awesome cover, Mike Mignola, and it's even signed by Mr. Mignola down there. So if you are a Hellboy fan, a Mike Mignola fan, this is beautifully creepy. A giant praying mantis preying on something, because it's got blood all over its talons. And then you have BRPD reps stumbling upon it with their flashlights and hitting the oh shit button, basically. So that's a cool book, right? So these are cool things, comic book wise, that are here. Now, just to show off some of the other cool pieces, if you're sticking around to see that, I'm not going to show you all of it because I want you to be surprised and I want there to be something for you to look forward to. But I will show off a couple things, especially the things that when I saw them, I nearly peed my pants, right? So, for example, well, I'll save that one for last. How about another in-box Nintendo? This does not have the styrofoam that goes with it, but we have the box, right? It is primarily intact. It's been taped shut, which I will take the tape off of that and kind of clean it up a little bit. But the Nintendo is with it. All the pieces are with it. Cords, got 2 controllers to go with it. And then inside, we even had a handful of video games to accompany it. How about a Paperboy? So I'll get this cleaned up and dealt with. I've got like sleeves and stuff to put them in. Plus, when you put the games and things in them, it straightens it out. But then a TNC Surf Design, which if you're like me, I played the hell out of this game. It got very hard, very tricky in some places. But muscle memory is a thing. And TNC Surf Design is pretty rad. And then the piece de resistance, Mario Brothers. So an in-box copy of Mario Brothers as well. So that'll be cool. Can't fault that in any way. But so there's Nintendo stuff. I've even got some on-card toys. So here's the mask in wolf form. Let's see. This is kind of cool. A Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Got tons of loose stuff. So here's like a bag of 90s figures. Even got some of the big 12-inch or 10-inch guys as well. A bunch of on-card stuff. I even got like Donnie and Marie. So if you're a retro fan. And then, there's a bunch of stuff. I got like 4 or 5 totes full of stuff. But some of the cool stuff, and again, so when I said earlier, this is about as close as you can get to mint on card without it actually being mint on card. But this collector actually kept Thundercats and then kept them in the bubble. Yeah. So whether they owned it on card and the card came off, I don't know for sure. But they have never been played with, from what I can tell. And that's very much a thing. But we have the big 2, right? We have Mumra and we have Lion-O. So those are pretty cool. I peed my pants a little bit when I saw those. And again, I'm actually a fairly big Thundercat fan. And owning an on-card Thundercat is near impossible. Kokomo Toy Stores does have some. They had a Jaga, a Mumra. I think they even had a Tigra and maybe even a Chitara on-card. So it's all about what you find. You never know when you're going to find it. So I will be working on that stuff today. Hopefully you guys have a good day. I will see you guys, some of you guys tomorrow and through this weekend. I'll post details about the card show here in a little bit. And then we'll just go forward from there. So until then, enjoy your day and Excelsior.